Hey champions, Arian, Tyson here. Wanted to shoot this video because something has been on my spirit over the last several hours. And I wanted to shoot this video because I don't know who this is for. But one of the things that I've noticed over the last really several years, but in particularly when it comes to this whole idea of comparing yourself to others. With the advent of social media, the level of insecurity that folks have has reached exponential levels. And this is very problematic because we are our competition. We shouldn't be focused on someone else. And it's been going on really for decades. But it's prevalent now in the times that we live in more now than ever because many folks are just starving for attention. They're hungry for attention. And we fall into the trap of comparing ourselves or wanting the intention that we think others have that we think we should have. And that's very problematic. But here's what I want to offer you today. Here's what I want to encourage you with today. And that's this. Don't think that someone else is more blessed than you are. Because we are blessed in a variety of ways. We are blessed in different ways. And so others can see in us what we oftentimes cannot see in ourselves. Sometimes, as my grandmother used to say, sometimes we're too close to the mirror to see what other folks see. And it comes down to insecurity. Because insecurity, it blocks our vision when it comes to looking at ourselves. It's easy to point the finger at somebody else, but we know the blame game is easy. And we've all heard it said that when you point the finger at somebody, you have three pointing back at you. And it's easy to be critical of others, but it's a challenge to take accountability for yourselves, especially in the times we live in, and it shouldn't be that way. And so the reason that many people struggle with insecurity, because what happens is insecurity, they struggle with it because they're comparing their own personal behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. And a highlight reel shows the highest of the highs, right? But your behind the scenes is primarily composed of low points. So it's an unfair comparison, and it's problematic because you don't know what someone goes through unless you actually sit down and they tell you the whole story. And so, why are you focused on someone else's highlight reel when you should be focusing on becoming the best version of you? And so, even when you see someone become successful or gain success, if you're not careful, you allow hatred to step in. And hatred of someone else's accomplishments, someone else's success, is a glaring sign of insecurity. And so what we need to do is respect success and do our best to achieve even more than our true rival. Our true rival is ourselves. Our true rival is the person we were yesterday. We should be on a mission to outdo what we did the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before. And you know what's interesting? Even the prettiest woman, even the most beautiful woman could feel insecure if she's loving the wrong man. Even the greatest guy can feel insecure if a woman doesn't see the king that he is. And so what enhances a person's natural beauty is a person who can treat them right. Because when you're being loved properly, the inner you comes out and it shines through. And it's not force-fed. You don't have to force it. It's done naturally. Because ultimately what is inside of you is ultimately going to come out. But people have gotten real good at putting on masks and filters, especially in this social media age. And so what happens is, what we need to understand, what we need to realize is, we mistake insecurity and lust for love. Here's the difference. To need someone more than you want them is insecurity. To want them more than you need them is lust. And love is when you want and you need them equally. And we have to understand, we have to realize something. Because balance is necessary. But insecure folks don't understand balance. Because insecure people have to make excuses and put others down to feel confident. Why should you have to put somebody down to feel better about yourself? That's ridiculous. And then they mistake it for confidence. Confidence is not walking into a room with your nose up in the air, thinking that you're better than everyone else in the room. It's walking into the room and not having to compare yourself to anybody else in the first place. Everybody's out here trying to be the same. And it's problematic because we are unique and wonderfully made. We are one of a kind. So why are you steady trying to blend in with what everybody else is doing instead of standing out? But I'm praying that people have an increase in their faith, that their hope is restored, and that the peace that they're searching for returns back to them. Because what we need to understand and realize is that the Most High is in control, even when it seems like life is chaotic and it seems like everything is out of control. And life just is not always easy. But guess what? You can always relearn how to live your life with purpose, how to live in peace, and how to obtain real happiness. Because tough times are not supposed to last. Tough times are supposed to teach us something. Because if we don't learn the lesson when we have the rough times, history will undoubtedly repeat itself. We got to let go of this insecurity and be secure in who we are and know the value that we have. The reason that a lot of people are insecure nowadays is because they don't know their worth. That's men and women. So I wanted to share this with you. I hope it was of value to you. If you got value from this, feel free to like, comment, and share this video. If you haven't already done so, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.